guys, I'm Queen and welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk to you guys about what you may need to know before becoming a flight attendant. Now, as I always state in every video, these things are based off of my personal experience. That does not mean how my experience went, that yours is guaranteed to go the same way. Everyone's experience may vary, but I just wanted to share with you my personal experience as a flight attendant and just a few things and few tips and things that I think you should know. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. First, let's talk about the training. Basically, depending on what airline you're flying with, that will determine how long your training is. It could be anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. It just specifically depends on what airline you'll be working with. I know for my training, it was 4 weeks, really fast. But yeah, that's what it was for my training for the specific airline that I was working with. Let's also talk about what to expect when you arrive at training. Okay, so I don't know how it is for every company, but I do know with the company that I was working with, it was like kind of like back in college again, like roommates. So they placed us in a hotel and we did have a roommate. And that's how the living arrangements went for the remainder of your time. And I was fortunate enough to get a really good roommate. I love my roommate. Me and her, we still keep in contact to this day, even though neither one of us work with the airlines anymore. We still keep in contact. So what I will also say is as far as like training is the training is really getting you prepared for the life of a flight attendant, just like the whole setup. When you get there, you're not really, I know I wasn't, you're not going to be in the mindset of like, oh my God, they're preparing me right now from this moment to be a flight attendant, but they really are. Because when you're flying, you're going to be staying in hotels. So you're staying in a hotel. The only difference is when you actually start flying, you don't share a room with anyone. You'll always have your own room, but for training, you have a roommate. Also, during the training process, you will have 12-hour class days. Like I said, this is from my personal experience. Every airline could be different, but I know we had like 12, sometimes 13-hour class days where we like did our learning of like our safety topics and just different things that you would have to know to be a flight attendant. Some of those days you'll have like quizzes, you'll have tests, you'll have like drills where they expect you to know like different like emergency like procedures or whatever the case may be, and you will be tested on that. And sometimes they are done in multiples in one day. Like you'll have like 3 exams in one day. One may be written and one may be verbal, one may be like a physical drill where you'll actually have to act out what to do in certain cases of like emergencies or whatever the case may be. Also, just a helpful tip. When you go to training, definitely take it serious, but at the same time, have a balance. Take it serious, study as you need, but just to stay sane, have a balance. Like go to dinner, mingle, but not try to mingle too much with the other people that are there in training, just to like stay sane. Because if you don't, it may be a little stressful. And that's what I would say. Like try to have like a really good balance while you're there. Because the hours are really long. And I know for my training, we had to be also on top of the long hours. We had to be dressed up in like our attire, like basically the same thing that you would like wear to like the interview that you got the job through. That's what you're gonna look like every day for training, and you'll be in that clothing for the whole time that you're there. So that also can make things a little like uncomfortable, but hey, it comes with the job, because once you're working, that's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be in a dress, a skirt, heels, pants, heels, like yeah, so that's going to be your life. You're still going to be pretty much like dressed up in a uniform. So they're getting you prepared for that. Also, what else would I would like to say? Oh yeah, pay. I would tell you that when you sign up and everything is like flowing and they're like, okay, so you have the job and you know, this is where you're going for training, and they send you over all the paperwork and they ask you, do you have any questions? I would like ask them again about the pay, because the specific airline that I work with, like they told us the pay, but I feel like it was a little bit of confusion in the end, and that's all I will say about that. And that was another reason that it didn't work for me, because a lot of people, like, they tell you like, oh my god, like being a flight attendant, oh it looks so fun, oh it is fun, but what they don't tell you is that if you have a certain lifestyle that you're trying to keep up with, as far as like you're like very like independent and you are living on your own, you don't have roommates, you don't have anything like that, and you are the person that's providing all your income for yourself, then the starting pay for a flight attendant is just, it's just not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. I'm telling you that right now. You would definitely need a roommate. Or like a lot of people, once they graduate, what they do is they actually like do these things called crash pads. And the crash pads are like places where wherever they place you for base, which is basically where the city that they would need you at when you first graduate, they'll place you there. And it's like a house or whatever apartment where there are a whole bunch of flight attendants living there at one time, and they're just living there just so that they can pay like a little bit of money per month to live there. And it's a lot of people, and if you're not used to that, then you're gonna think that it's crazy. I never did a crash pad. It was not for me, because before flight attendant training, I'm like, I hadn't had a roommate since college, and so I was like, no, I'm good on this. And so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna try to make this work with staying in my apartment, and I'm just going to have to be a commuter. Commuting is like when you decide to stay in a city where you live at, and then you just basically fly from that city to your base location when you have to work. But it's up to you, because you have to be on time, and if you're not on time and you're not reliable, you're fired. So that's just something to think about. So yeah, the pay. If you are a person who you know you have like a larger amount of bills, then you might want to make different arrangements before you deciding on being a flight attendant. And I know that was like one of the biggest reasons why it didn't work out for me, because it just wasn't enough money for me. It just wasn't. I feel like this job is like, in my opinion, I will say that it's really good for people that are fresh out of college. Someone that you know you want like a career, but you don't quite know what you want it to be yet, so you're just trying to explore and like adventure out on life. I think it's a perfect like role for someone like that. I also think that it's a good job for someone that you know you just want to travel by any means necessary, like, and do it for cheap or for free. If that's your thing, that's your thing. For me personally, I've already traveled a lot of places, so it would be like, okay, like we're flying to New Hampshire, okay, I'm not impressed, so next. You know, I've lived in major cities, so like me going to, let's see, Dayton, Ohio, or Cleveland, Ohio, or New Hampshire, or something like that, like I'm not impressed, because like unless you're like an international flight attendant, when you first start off, you're not going to go to any of the good places. They're going to send you to the little, small little places that you really don't want to go and see, because it's based off of seniority of how long you've been with the airline. And so you're not going to get the good trips, because the good trips are longer trips, and the longer trips are the trips that are paid more. And the shorter trips, you're not going to make as much money. So because you're the rookie in the game, guess what? You're going to get that little short trip. You're going to Dayton, Ohio. That's where you're going. Yeah, so so that's that. I also would say that this is like a good job for someone that you just have like a fascination with working in aviation. There are some people, I met a few people in training that they absolutely like have worked at different airlines, and this is just what they want to do. So, you know, that's what I would definitely say about that. I would say overall, the experience of like it all was definitely something I never take back. It was definitely one of the hardest things I've ever done in life, but I met like a lot of amazing people along the way, and you meet new people every day. And that's something I really enjoy. I enjoy like being somewhere different every day and just meeting someone new every day. It keeps life exciting. So like I said in the beginning, these are just some things that were based off of my personal experience. I don't want to discourage anyone from applying to be a flight attendant. And if it's something that you really want to do, I would definitely say go for it so that you can have that experience for yourself. And I know I didn't go through like every detail, but this was just like a few things that I just wanted to like share with you guys based off of my own personal experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed my channel. If you did, please like my video, comment, and subscribe. And there'll be more to come. Bye, guys.